Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. And well, good night, ladies and gentlemen, because night is what it is at this point in time, not even evening, it's just night. And here we are, folks. Krystals. Krystals, if you want to consider it, and you could argue either way, you could say it's pretty much a clone or a rip-off of White Castle. But they are both isolated to different regions of the nation, so you really can't say they're ripping each other off. They're just a different chain that's doing the same thing. Krystal serves sliders, and that's just what they do. They serve sliders just as White Castle does. However, Krystal, of course, the name is different. They call each one of these a Krystal, hence the little name there. And also, their own little sliders come with chopped onions, a little slab of beef, which does not have the little circular holes in them, which a White Castle does. Also comes with pickles and mustard. Okay. So it says famous Krystal, the burger that started. Oh no, they didn't. Famous since 1932, and it said nothing like the steamed-in onion flavor of an all-beef patty, topped off with mustard and a pickle. Nothing like it. Krystal. So here it is. The one thing that I think is different is the bun actually here. I mean, in White Castle, most of them, it looks like someone just smacked the bun down. This one actually looks like it's a bit thicker in that regard. But anyways, we're just gonna try it and what it tastes like. So Krystal, the original Krystal going in. Just bear with me for a second. Just look at the portion of the meat in this sandwich to the bread. I mean, come on. Come on, there's... I don't know. I'll get to that in a minute. The saying goes, a picture tells 1,000 words, and maybe that's all I need to pretty much show you is just that. And case closed. Given what I just had, given what I just tasted, I would immediately have to say White Castle is better. Now, it's not the flavor of the meat that's the problem, nor is it the mustard or the pickles or the onions that they put on it. The problem I have with this particular sandwich is the bread, okay? And you've been there before, everyone has. If you've eaten a sandwich, and if you've eaten, you know what this is. You get a sandwich where there's so much bread and so little meat that you bite in, all you can effectively taste is just the bread, right? It's just dry. All you can just taste is dry bread, and that's it. And you wonder, it's like I wasted my money. I'm just eating a loaf of bread right here, and that's all that there is to it. Well, that's the problem I experienced with this Krystal burger, is I know what they want to do. They want to get these sliders, and they want to have, this towering, fluffy bread to make it look like it's just this voluptuous sandwich, that you're just, you can hold. It looks so big. You're going to get your money's worth. It's going to be delicious. And then it's just bread. And that's all that it is. It's just just deception. And that's all that there is to it. All right. That's a major problem with this sandwich. Now, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Say, all right, I received the defective Krystal, right? Let's say that. And they should be a lot thinner, usually. Then what do they taste like? Well, when you bite in, you're able to taste a little bit of that meaty flavor. You're able to taste a little bit of the onions that really do mix nice with the meat. But what you're going to notice the most, okay, is a real, just a real tanginess with it, and a real zing to it. That's the word I always like to use. Because imagine they're combining both mustard, which notoriously has that zing to it and gives you that kick, with dill pickles also, which also have that vinegary tanginess to them as well. And with that being said, you combine the two, and it's going to make a real, tangy flavor in that regard. All right? Now that being said, you bite in the center of the sandwich, where the most of the condiments are, you will really be able to taste that tangy flavor combined with the meat, but still the bread absorbs a lot of that flavor and really detracts from the overall experience. That's a problem in itself. Now, overall, it's not a gourmet sandwich. I think if you ever see a Krystal, they're cheap, just around 80 cents per sandwich. So if you just find $1, you can go get one. But I think it's like a cheap snack. Don't say, yeah, I'm going to get 20 Krystals and feed the whole family tonight. Just say, all right, I got $1 to spare. Let me give myself a little snack here. But just don't go here expecting a nice juicy burger or, none of that, because that's not what you're going to get. That's a little thing to fill you up if you just do not care whatsoever what it is. And that's that. I think the major thing Krystal could do is just, reduce the size of those buns. It may make their sandwiches look less appealing, but for the consumer, it'll definitely be a major plus in that regard. Now, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, out of 10, what am I going to be rating the original Krystal? Well, the flavor overall is okay, but because there's so much bread, it's just like a dry rag. It just absorbs everything, and it takes away a lot of that flavor that would have been there, and would have made this even better. That being said, I'm just going to have to give this a 7.0 out of 10, due to the fact that, it's a slider, alright? It's under $1, it's cheap, you get what you pay for, but still, too much bread can be a bad thing, and you just need to keep that in mind. That's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and we'll see you later. Take care.